Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss questions from confidence interval. But before that, let me give you a small recap. First, understand what is confidence interval. See, if you want to find the average height of students in your university, you cannot measure everyone. So what you do, you take a sample of 50 students. Then you calculate the average. But it may be quite different from the true average, right? So instead of taking a simple single digit, you are taking a range of values. That is what is confidence interval. So confidence interval gives you a range of values that likely includes the true population parameter. Okay, so instead of saying that the average height is 165, you are saying that we are 95% confident that the true average height lies between 160 to 168. It may be 163, 167. Okay, so you get my point. Instead of giving a single digit number, you are giving a range of values and you are saying that you are 95% confident. Clear? Now, this is the formula. X is the sample mean, Z is the Z score. It depends on the confidence level. For 95% it may be different, for 96% it is different. From the table you will get this Z score. Okay. Sigma is population standard deviation and root over n is the sample size. Okay, 50 like here. So by using this formula you calculate the confidence interval. Okay, so 95% confidence interval means if we repeat the sampling process 100 times, 95 of this confidence interval would contain the true population mean. Clear? It doesn't mean that there is a 95% chance that the true mean is in your calculated interval. That's what a mistake people does. You have to keep it in mind. This is not about how much percentage chance. But it means that if you sample 100 times, 95 of this resulting confidence interval would contain the true population mean. Okay. So 95% is the method, not the specific result. Fine. Okay. So this is it. Now we are going to do the MCQs. See, first question. What is the purpose of confidence interval? To summarize raw data? No. To calculate population mean? No. To estimate a range in which population parameter lies? Exactly. It is a range like 162 to 168 and I want to say that the mean height lies here. What happens to the width of confidence interval when the sample size increases? See, if the sample size increases, then width of confidence interval will become low. Sample size increases means you are getting more points. That means you can calculate more perfectly. So your range will get reduced. Now you can see 160 to 165. Correct. What does 95% confidence interval means? This is a very important question. See, there is a 95% chance. No. Whenever you get like this 95% chance, no, that is not correct. That is not a result. Okay, that is a method. Keep it in mind. The population has a 95% chance of lying in interval. No. If we take many samples, about 95% of the intervals would contain the population mean. Exactly. If we take 100 samples, then 95% of this interval will contain the population mean. See, this many interval you have and 95% of this confidence interval will represent the true mean. Okay. Okay, next question. Which of the following will result in wider confidence level? Wider, let's say 160 to 170. Now what do you think? Increasing the sample size, decreasing the confidence level, increasing the confidence level, decreasing the standard deviation. See, we are talking about confidence level, so let's stick to this. Decreasing or increasing? See, if you increase the range, then you can be more confident, like 99% confident, 98% confident, because it is a so big range, so automatically it will represent the true mean. It will hold the true mean. Okay, here the population parameter will lie. So your confidence level will be increased. What happens to margin of error when the sample size increases? See, margin of error. You can see this is error. Error will always be reduced, right? It will decrease. But what is the formula of margin of error? That is Z into sigma by root over of n. Okay. Z you know, Z score, population standard deviation and sample size. Okay. Now, a 95% confidence interval for a population mean is calculated as 18.2 to 21.8. Which of the following is correct? 95% confidence interval for a population mean is calculated this one. Okay. Population mean is exactly 20. Population mean is never exactly 20. The sample mean is 20. That may be a chance that you got your sample mean as 20 and from this you have applied the formula to calculate this confidence interval. Right. There is a 95% chance. Whenever you get this, you can simply remove this. The interval will always contain. That is never true. Okay. So you understand the correct answer is B. The sample mean is 20. Okay, next, which of the following statement is incorrect? Confidence interval account for variability in sample estimates. That is true because there is a variability in sample estimate. If you take 50 samples, if you take another 50 samples, there may be some changes. That is why we are creating a range. Confidence interval means we are creating a range instead of taking a single number, right? Second, increasing sample size narrows the confidence interval. If you increase your sample size, instead of 50, you take 500, then you will be more correct. So when you are more correct, your range will be reduced. That is also true. Confidence interval provides a range for the sample mean. No, sample mean is calculated. So you get a range for population mean. So this is incorrect. Okay. So this is the right number. These are used in inference statistics. This is also right. Okay. Next question. What does plus minus part here represent? Plus minus part it means population standard deviation. No, that is sigma. Margin of error. Margin of error means I am considering the error which may occur. What distribution do you use when the population standard deviation is unknown? T distribution. Right? Which of the following does not affect the width of confidence interval? Sample size, confidence level, population size, standard deviation. See, sample size affects because if you increase sample size, your confidence level will be lower. It will be reduced, lower range. So, confidence level, population size, exactly. Population size doesn't matter with confidence interval. See, your population is 10,000 or your population is 10 million. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't matter because you are calculating this from the sample only. So your sample size matters a lot. Okay. Next is standard deviation. Yeah, that is also affects. Okay, standard deviation means you know the error, right? So it also matters. Okay. So which doesn't matter is population size. Now, what happens to the confidence interval when we increase the confidence interval from 95% to 99%? See, we are increasing the confidence interval. So, we want to be more sure. Then what you have to do? You have to increase, let's say earlier it was 162 to 168. It was 95%. But I want to make it 99%. Then you have to take a bigger range, then only you can be more sure, right? So this is asked in a different way. So you have to make it wide. Okay. Okay. Next question. The margin of error in a confidence interval increases as sample size increase. No, sample size increases, margin of error decreases. Dependent on sample size. Sorry, independent on sample size. It depends on sample size. Decreases as sample size increases. Exactly. Same. No. Okay. 95% confidence interval is dash than a 95% interval. 90% confidence interval means, see, 95%, 95%. In 95% you have 162 to 168. So for 90% you want to be less confident. So you can write, let's say 164 to 167. Okay, right? For this you can say 90%. But when you increase your confidence level, you have to make the range bigger. So here we can say we have to make the range narrower. In a confidence interval for the mean, which distribution is used when the population deviation is unknown? See, the same question asked in a different way. If the population standard deviation is not known, you have to use T distribution. This one will understand later when we will do many MCQs from Z, T, chi-square distribution. Okay, so today our focus was on confidence interval. I hope this is very clear to you. There is a misconception that people think that it is a result. No, it is not a result. It is a method. It is not that 95% chance of lying in the interval, but it is 95% of the intervals would contain the population mean. Okay, so you calculate a range of values instead of a single number so that you can express your uncertainty and you can keep the margin of error in your mind. Okay, this is a part of inferential statistics. So let's meet in our next video. Bye, happy learning.